Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a plan with me for the week of March 4th through the 10th, 2024, using my Traveler's Notebook size planner from Archer and Olive. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Here we are in my Traveler's Notebook size planner. I'm going to be going with a 4-page vertical layout. I'll be using this stencil, and I'll also be incorporating the week number and days of the week stamps from that set from Elle Studio, the March stamp from this set from Heidi Swapp, and my favorite number stamps from Heidi Swapp. I will be incorporating 6 different distress oxides, which means that we are going with a rainbow spread for this week, as well as my black VersaFine ink. So I'm still hyper fixated on a spread that I tried to put together in January 2024, where I used this kind of bump style stencil to create a rainbow effect along the side of my 4-page spread that would go from the front to the back of that middle page. And I decided now was the time to try and redo that and do it correctly. When I did it last time, I made a mistake while putting these distressed oxides down and did 3 colors on the front, 3 colors on the back, instead of the full rainbow on the front and then the full rainbow on the back. So here I am going in and putting in that full rainbow on one side of the page. I try to get things as even as possible with regards to having each color have the same amount of space. And now I'm on the back of that page putting down the same colors. Now I was very intentional with the way that I put the stencil down because I needed the bump outline to match on the front and the back. It's not totally perfect, but it was close enough. I think I got the first portion of the stencil pretty perfect front to back, but here when I moved the stencil over to finish off with the blue and add in the lavender color, I wasn't quite as precise with where I put the stencil down, so it's not lined up perfectly between the front or and the back, but again, it's close enough that it ended up working, and you'll see why that was important a little bit later. Now I'm going in with my favorite number stamps from Heidi Swapp and these days of the week stamps from Elle Studio to put in the dates and days of the week. I don't know why, but I had a really hard time figuring out the spacing of doing this for this week's spread, and so the dates and days of the week are kind of far apart from each other. And yeah, I again still can't figure out why I had such a hard time with the spacing. I mean, I think the spacing is right because the 6 and then you'll see the 8 are quite tall and they needed all the room that they got, but for some reason on the other days of the week it just seems like the numbers and the days of the week are so far apart from each other. I don't know why it's giving me that vibe. Because of the way that we did this spread, the deco for this spread, Saturday and Sunday are sharing a column. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's okay. It's okay for 1 week. So I did do that. And then now I'm going in and putting in this quote stamp from Heidi Swapp. I actually forgot to show this stamp set when I showed the rest of the products I was using at the beginning of this plan with me. And now I'm back on the other side of that page and I'm going to put down this 10 to indicate what week of the year it is. I'm putting down my March stamp from Heidi Swapp, and it was nice. I was able to kind of tuck in the March and the week number stamp within the, is it serifs? Is that what you would call that? The serifs of the 1. So I really like the way that that looks. I wish I would have pulled the week number down a little bit because it is kind of touching the March stamp, but that's okay. Now that we've put all of our stamps down, I am going in with my Micron in 08 to put in the lines to separate the days of the week. Now, Once we do this, we will be done with what you see on camera for this plan with me. But part of this idea that I've had in my head for this spread is to cut out along the scalloped edge of where I laid that stencil down. And that's why I took so much care to make sure that I lined up the stencil front to back. I did do that off camera because it was just really hard to do. I absolutely love the way that it came out, and I'm so glad I attempted this spread again because the final result was worth it. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me, and as always, please be safe. Bye-bye.